Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Mark Love, and today I'm going to be walking around a brand new 2025 EKKO, and this is the 22A floor plan. It was the original floor plan built on the Ford Transit chassis, has a 3.5 EcoBoost engine. And before we start walking around this, I just want to point out a couple of things about the EKKO. You can get them on two chassis now, either the Sprinter or this Ford Transit. They're both all-wheel drives, and I get asked a lot about, you know, the performance, how they drive and stuff. I gotta say, one thing about the 22A on the Ford, that 3.5 EcoBoost is a beast of an engine. In fact, let's take a look at it right now. Compared to the Mercedes Sprinter, which is a turbo diesel, which is a great engine. There's a reason UPS and FedEx use them. They run a long time, but all those turbo diesels have a turbo lag. So when you step on the gas, when you're at a dead stop, it takes a half a second or a second for it to really pick up and start accelerating. Not the case with a gas engine. You can see this is a 3.5 liter V6. It has 310 horsepower, develops 400 foot-pounds of torque, and when you want to take off from a stop, you can get going right away. These will get a much better hole shot than the Sprinters will. Not that there's anything wrong with either one, but there is a difference in performance, especially in acceleration from a dead stop. So you can see it's a much bigger engine than the Mercedes, but still easy to access all your fluids, your oil fill, dipstick, coolant, brake fluid, blinker fluid windshield wiper fluid over there. Blinker fluid must be somewhere else, I guess. But like I say, this is one of Ford's better engines, in my opinion, and on this platform, it's just a great setup. It's going to get you 15 to 17 miles a gallon around Colorado. And like I say, great acceleration, the all-wheel drive with a 10-speed Ford transmission, Selectshift transmission. It just gets you to where you want to go without any worries. So let's take a walk around the outside. Now, a couple of the unique things about the Transit, or you know, a lot of the Winnebago products, I like the fact that they kind of hide their fuel fill right there. So when the door's shut, when the door's locked, no access to it. Nice little feature. As we walk down the driver's side, this first compartment here, you can see we've got a single lithium-ion battery. Now there is an option to get two batteries from the factory, but when they do that, they eliminate the generator. The standard setup is like this, with the single lithium battery, and then over here we've got our let's see, there we go. We've got our 2.8 generator, and I like having the generator and the battery. It's maybe a little more old-fashioned. A lot of things are going to lithium with big solar, but there's something comforting knowing that when your power's low, you push that button, that generator is going to start virtually every time. Charge your battery when you need it. If you want to run your air conditioner in the summer, I actually like having the generator, but there is an option to get it from the factory this way. And then at the dealership, we can add a second battery for you. So you can have the 640 amp hours instead of just the 320 with the single lithium. Right above our generator, we've got our 5-gallon canister toilet. And you see these in a lot of units now. This Thetford tank here, you can buy extra ones if you want to carry it around. It's kind of convenient to take it out, go to an outhouse or anywhere, and you can dump it. You don't have to be at a dump station. That's one of the conveniences of it. It even has a little handle here, so if it's full, it makes it easier for you to move it around. And like I say, with a second canister, you know, you can stay out there quite a while. Two people with 5-gallon toilet, probably emptying it maybe every other day or something like that. Okay, let's take a look at our batwing awning while we're right here. Now, this Alu-Cab awning, it's a lot sturdier, a lot more resilient to the wind than you might imagine. These things don't lift up like your main awning will. When you get a big gust of wind, it's like having an airplane wing. And as that air goes over it, it causes it to lift up, and that's what destroys a lot of awnings. These will take the wind better than any other type of awning, and it wraps around about 270 degrees. So it's a nice feature when you're out there in the desert in the summer. You know, the sun is setting in the west on the front of the coach. You can come around over here to the backside, have some nice shade. It covers a real big area of the coach. Just one of the better features. This actually will stand up to kind of drain the water off, and you do have a leg right here that you can drop down and support it if you like. But even if you're 6 foot or taller, you can walk under this without any problem. So this is a great feature, one of them that I really like about the EKKOs. Okay, let's take a look here. This is our water compartment. We've got our gray tank drain right there, fresh water drain, low point drains, winterization valve when you're gonna winterize it, and it tells you how to set these valves when it is time to maybe fill it for camping or winterize it at the end of the year. Another thing that I like is you see this little heat port right here with that little adjustable flap. If you're out in cold weather and worried about your valve, dump valve kind of freezing up, you can open that up and have this be a heated compartment. But maybe you've got your coach winterized and you're going to the ski resort, going to spend the night in the parking lot. You don't need to worry about this compartment. You can close that and it'll force more air inside. And look at the thickness of these compartment doors. Winnebago designed this as a true all-weather coach, and it's one of the few that you can really say that. With the all-wheel drive, get you through the snow, spend the night in it, you're going to stay warm. There's adjustable heat, just a lot of great features to make it better in cold weather than a lot of other coaches. We do have our city water fill right there. If you're hooked up to a hose, you can bring it up through the bottom, hook it in right there. You see this setup in a lot of the Winnebagos. One of the really nice features about the EKKOs is this storage compartment in the back. We've got a track system down here. This actually lifts up and pulls out, so if you've got it all muddy, it's easy to take it out and keep it clean. You got a couple of these racks to bungee or tie gear down to. You can actually access this compartment from 3 sides. And they supply you with a handful of the clips for the L-track, so if you've got mountain bikes or electric bikes or something, easy to get them in here, tie them down, a lot of storage. And then also right over here, I want to point out again, we've got a light here, a 110 outlet, 12-volt outlet, and again, one of those adjustable heat ports if for some reason you want to keep this compartment heated. Right. You do get a ladder, and this unit comes equipped with the luggage rack on top. So if you've got, a Thule or something you want to put up there, maybe strap your pedal boards, it's easy to get up there, and you've got room to do it. You also have 3 solar panels up there. I think it's 455 watts total. Again, from this side, you can access that storage compartment. And then here's another unique feature about the EKKO. You've got a very simple propane system. This is similar to a lot of travel trailers and fifth wheels, 2 20-pound tanks. It's very easy to take this to any propane exchange, get another tank just like you would with your grill. You've got a little indicator here as to which tank you're pulling from. Right now we're pulling from this tank. As that tank empties out, as long as you've got both valves open, this is going to turn red, but it's automatically going to pull from the left tank. At that point, you switch the valve over to the other side, shut that one off, take it out, go replace it. Very simple. I like the way they did this. They made it somewhat modular, but when you're out camping on a longer trip, you kind of got to plan. Am I going to carry an extra bottle somewhere, or am I going to be able to stop and get an extra bottle at a propane exchange? But it really is a convenient system. Right here is our AquaGo, our Truma AquaGo. This provides our hot water, and it is a continuous hot water system. So, you know, 2 people, 3 people could probably shower back to back. And speaking of that, you do have a 50-gallon freshwater tank, 51-gallon gray tank, and then, of course, the 5-gallon canister for the black tank. Okay, right here we've got another 110. And then we've got our cable input, if you've got a, you know, portable satellite or something like that, plus a 12-volt outlet right there. Now, on the 22A, there is an option to get an outside kitchen right here. We didn't put it in this one, but you can see what you get for storage when you don't have that outside kitchen. On the 22B, that's not an option for the kitchen because of the way the compartments are built. You just don't have enough room for it, but nice storage area right there. And again, this is our main awning. This is a motion censored awning. So if the wind picks up a little bit and this starts bouncing, it's going to close on itself. So you don't really need to worry about it getting torn off unless that first gust is a really big gust of wind. That's where these, you know, they're not as sturdy as those bat wings on the other side. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, let me point out one other thing while I'm right here. I turned this seat around just to demonstrate it when we get in there, but I generally, when I'm doing that, I do it from right here. It's easier for me to spin this around from the outside than it is from the inside. And both the driver and the passenger seat spin around, and I'll show you that a little bit more when we get inside. Let's step in and take a look at the floor plan. Again, this is the Winnebago EKKO 22A, and they came out with this a few years ago, and it's really been a big hit. This is a great little unit. I'm going to start back here in the bedroom area. Now, if you notice, you've got 2 single beds here, and the nice thing about that, especially as you start to get a little bit older, it's easier to get in and out of these beds from the middle as opposed to climbing up from the back. But it does convert into one large queen, and I'll show you that in a minute. Back here we've got a couple of storage cabinets. In the middle here we've got our 110 outlets, our 12 volt, our USB and USB-C. A couple of nice reading lights right here on each side. All of these windows are acrylic dual pane windows. Let me get it opened up here. You can see you can prop those open. If it's you know, hot and muggy and you're worried about bugs, you do have the day screen you can close with that window open. Up from the bottom we've got the nighttime blackout shades. And another cool feature about this is when you latch it, there's 2 positions you can latch it in, and you can see I can allow air in here. So maybe you're going for a hike and you're leaving a dog inside. You might want to crack a couple of these windows, turn on one of your power vent fans, and it'll draw some nice air through here. When it's time to travel, close it all the way, make it airtight, watertight. And again, these dual pane acrylic windows have a nice R factor. Again, help keeping it warm and making it a true 4-season coach. Have the same thing on the other side. I also want to point out over here, if you want to mount a TV on this wall, there is a backer there. You've got your cable input, your 110 right there. So that's something we do at our shop. Easy to put a TV back here in the bedroom. Let's take a look at a little bit of the storage we've got here. Both sides have a drawer that pull out all the way. So you get some good storage right there. And then you also have 2 little closets here. Now you could use that for a wardrobe. There's a place to hang some clothes there. You've got your water filters, some of the accessories down there in a box. Winnebago uses this, I think they call it the Frioli system, but these plastic, kind of like bed springs, they really do make for a comfortable sleeper. This is a great setup, very high density foam used in their cushions. And if you do want to make this into a queen bed, you simply flip this over, shove that in. Let me step out of the way so you can see how much room you actually get back there. Again, you're climbing in from the foot of the bed. So if you're young and agile, it's a little bit easier. Like I say, as I get older, I kind of appreciate the twin singles and being able to access it from the middle. Okay. While we're here, let's take a look at the bathroom, because this is one of the unique features about the EKKO. They take a small space where you've got your toilet, you've got a sink there, you do have a window that opens, little storage right in there. But then when it's time to take a shower, this is a movable wall. So I slide that over, and this actually's got a snap that'll keep it closed. But you can see there's plenty of room for me to get in here and shower. And even if you're 6 foot, 6'1", plenty of room. If you're, an NBA player, you're going to be hunched over a little bit. One of the few places where being vertically challenged actually has an advantage. But great little shower right here. Pull the curtain around. When you're done, wipe it down, close the door, and you have your bathroom back. Really a clever use of space. Give credit to Winnebago for coming up with that. And right here, we do have a little storage or pantry area, a couple of adjustable shelves right there. They try to fit in storage anywhere they can. Okay, across from the bathroom, we've got our 12-volt compressor refrigerator. And it's actually pretty roomy for a small coach. Separate freezer compartment up there. Then over here in our kitchen area, let's take a look at the storage first. You have a good room under your sink. You can see you've got your water filter right there. Now this isn't a whole house filter. This primarily just for your drinking water. A couple of pull-out drawers there. We have a nice stainless steel sink with the residential style sprayer here. And over here, I like having the propane stove. I think it's easier to control the heat, and it's just what I'm used to cooking over. So I actually prefer these over the induction. Some of the models will give you a single induction. Some actually have an induction and one propane burner, but this is a good setup. And then, of course, right up here, we do have our microwave. Next to the microwave, we've got another storage area up here. Okay, let's kind of switch positions. Let me move up front here. So for the seating in the EKKO, it's nice that you've got 2 seats back here with shoulder harnesses, 3-point harnesses. So if you've got kids that are young enough to be in a child seat, you can strap them in, not have to worry about them. You have a table that flips up right there. So if you were to spin this driver's seat around, 3 of you can sit here and eat and play cards. We have another table for the passenger seat over here. Put this down. And here's another nice little option. You get an extra table that if you want a countertop extension, you can use it when you're prepping food. You can see this is adjustable at many different heights. I would probably drop it down about a foot or so if I'm sitting here and going to work on my computer or, eat dinner, something like that. gives you a great place to, you know, sit back, relax, you know, put your computer up there or whatever. And then this will pull out stowaway for travel, so it gets completely out of the way. And then again, I pointed out how these seats pivot. Now the first thing, they give you these cushions, and the reason they do that is you can see the step down there when you're going into the cab. So especially if you're a tall person, you don't want to sit here with your knees up in your chin. So you give you this nice little cushion right there. And it actually becomes part of the living area when you spin these around. And both these seats, like I said, will spin around. Okay, overhead here, well, we've got another storage compartment. Let me show you this. And that's a pretty good size one. All your owner's manuals and everything right here. You do get one of the fantastic fans, and these really draw a lot of air. Like I say, if you just crack these windows a little bit, turn this on, you can have a nice breeze blowing through here. So if, again, if you're leaving your pets inside while you're out on a hike or something, they don't get overheated. Now, this also has the option for the entertainment center inside. You've got your Blu-ray and video devices that can go up in this compartment. Another storage compartment over here, but I also wanted to show you this privacy curtain, which it snaps along here. You can see these snaps, so it completely insulates this area. But if you take a look at how this is made, it's actually quilted, very heavy duty fabric. This has got a great R value, and there's no sense in heating up the cab if you're using this in the winter and gonna be sleeping in here at night. With all these adjustable heat ports, again, there's another one right here. You can decide whether you want all of the hot air to come in the you know, the camper area. You can close those off and force them in the back if you're worried about freeze-ups with your dump valves. And once you close this cab off here, it's very easy to stay quite warm in this coach. Get that right away. Okay, and let's talk about the cab area and dash a little bit. So, first of all, you may notice they put in the 10-inch or 10.5-inch screen there. Very nice feature. I'll go ahead and start this up. So, again, the 10-speed select switch transmission here. That bell will shut off here in a minute. Well, maybe not, because I don't have my seatbelt on. But I did want to just show you this big screen. You've got your navigation right there. You can get into your sources. One of the things I like to point out, let's get in here. You've got different travel modes. And it shows you we're in normal now. You have an economy mode for slippery roads or towing. Different settings for mud and ruts. And it kind of adjusts the transmission and you know, for the conditions that you're driving in. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. Getting a little bit annoying. On the dash here, very simple to read. Some of the things on the wheel here, of course, you can Bluetooth in your phone right there. And without this on, I'm not going to get into all the menus. Over here on the left side, you've got your cruise control, and this is adaptive cruise control. Actually, let's see if I can. Well, that's just not going to go on without that bell. But you've got adaptive cruise control right here. You can set it. You can set your travel distance right here. You can limit your speed. So as you are approaching slower traffic, it's going to slow you down automatically. Very nice feature. And again, this is an extremely comfortable driving position right here. You do have adjustable steering wheel. Again, this is the Ford Transit van with the EcoBoost 350 engine. This is the Winnebago EKKO 22A, a 2025 unit. We've got some very great pricing on all of our units right now. So if you have any questions, or maybe you want to come down and take a test drive, give me a call. You can contact me on my cell at 970-631-0083. Send me an email at mlove@transwest.com. Let me know if you have any questions, or there's something maybe you want a special video done on. We're here to help in any way we can. So once again, I'm Mark Love. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Happy trails, my friends. Drive careful out there.